Hey, what's up, world? I'm Kat Harvey, the host and the producer of The Kat Harvey Show. Today is very exciting. I have a man who needs no introduction. He's been in the entertainment industry for over 27 years. He has a new, hot book that's a must-read called Easy Prey. And it's no other than Mr. Author Keith Childs. How are you?
I'm fine. Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate
Thanks
it.
for coming.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, tell us, what have you been up to and a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I've been up to a lot of things. Well, for the last 20, like I said, the last 20-something years, I've been in the entertainment field, but since then, I've got more into the writing side.
Okay.
A partner and I, we got together to do a TV show based on DC politics called Twisted Justice. But right in the middle of getting it done and start the production, we found out that the price was astronomical. So we had to table it, the idea. So all of us kind of just tabled it, Mitch, myself, and the team. And then this was born. Easy Prey was born. So that's how this came up. Actually, it came up with an idea to write a new, another small movie. But then as I started writing it, I said, you know what? I'm going to turn it into a book. And now, being a first-time writer, I had no idea what to expect. So I reached out to my buddy Mitch, who actually has 3 books himself, and I asked for his advice. And he said, look, the best advice, just keep writing. And that's what I did. So 2.5 years later, writing, went to a couple writing classes, and voila, the book is born. So now I'm ready to share it with the world.
So what challenges, did you find yourself having, being a first-time writer?
To be honest with you, because I didn't know all the proper way to write, like when I went to, so.
What you mean, like slang or like?
No, just like understanding, like when writing, now that I know a little, because I've been writing a little bit now, and I went to classes, they tell you got to write outlines, and you should write your characters down, and all those good things, right? I didn't know to do that.
Okay.
I was just writing off pure, as the people tell me, talent. So, because what I do, how I write my book, how my book form is, one is very therapeutic for me. 2, as I write, it kind of unveils itself. I don't know characters or anything until I'm writing. So when I'm in the groove of writing, the book is really unveiling itself, and it develops on the site. So when I went to a class, they were like, oh yeah, well, do you write outlines and you doing this? I'm like, nah, I didn't know. And then when I let them read some inserts to it, and it was like, wow, you ever written a book before? And I was like, not at all. So he was like, man, you have a talent. So when I started hearing it, and then I got into it in like 2.5 years, about maybe a year and a half in, my mom took ill. And so I tabled it for like 6 months, and she passed away. I was there with her, until she passed on. But then I dedicated this. I told my mom, I'm gonna finish this book for you. So I jumped back into it, kept writing, and then I finished it. And then now it's off to editing. So I'm excited, very excited.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. So you said it took you how long? 2.5 years?
The whole project's about 2.5 years.
Okay.
About 2.5 years of me. When I first started to when I finished, about 2.5 years.
So, for people out there that's interested in, writing their own books, as far as self-publishing or going with a publisher, what do you recommend, or what's been your journey with that?
My journey has been, one, self-publishing. Let me explain why. Because when I was in the music industry, we were independent artists. And I found out, and I did a lot of studying from cats like Puffy and Jay-Z and Cash Money and Master P, and I like their model that they set up. They actually, it's harder. You got to do more work, of course, and it's on you to spend your money, but the rewards on the end is astronomical, and it was much better that way. So it's kind of the same thing in the music world, or, they have parallel interests where the same way I'm doing the publishing with the book, it's the same thing I got to do for I had to do for music. So when I say, I was kind of familiar with that. So I wanted to do like a grassroots approach, get out, touch people, door to door. Now, of course, hopefully and prayerfully the book do very well.
It will.
But then thank you.
You got to speak that to
existence, yeah, it will.
Right?
Well, be a bestseller.
Yeah.
Be a bestseller.
Bestseller.
Right.
You see, I put it in the
bestseller.
universe
There you go,
already.
the universe. But once it become a bestseller,
Yeah.
of course we have. I have some publishing companies already now are reaching out to me, and I kind of just want to do it myself first, and then of course they can reach way more people than myself because they got the distributing model, and then we can have that conversation.
Right. So talk about as far as support. A lot of our close-knit people who we've done favors for, like I'm experiencing this as well, being in a different industry. It's like, you know what, if you do this, I'm going to be there for you. But then when you go say, hey, I got this new project, like you said you want to do this and do that, they know where to be found. How have you dealt with that piece?
Whew, that's a great question. That is what I've learned from my background, just in this, and I do it in my other business that I do. The support of the ones that's closer to you is the support that's far away from you. You know, and what I mean by that is a rule that's saying the people you think will won't, and the people you think won't will. And if you don't have tough skin, and you don't have that vision, that killer vision, it can throw you off your game. And because you can think somebody that you personally, like myself, personally support and watch them do stuff, and then when you come out with stuff, it's like they sit on their hands. So, you know, what I end up trying to tell myself is I don't worry about that, you know, because what I've learned and what I've watched and all the studying I do, most people are successful from people they don't even know.
That's
so
true.
It's a whole bunch of people that don't even know me yet and haven't heard of this book
But that's
yet.
what you want to tap into.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have to
Of
worry
course.
about, can you give me this discount? When
Mm-hmm.
you going to set me up with 5 books and, you know, all these
Right,
other, you know,
right.
expectations. It's
Right.
like, come on now.
Right.
I've invested my time, my resources. And, you know, it's
Right.
unfortunate some people don't give that respect, but you're right
Mm-hmm.
about having tough skin. Wow. So, you know, give us a little sneak peek about this book. I know there's a knife.
Oh, yeah,
So I don't know if
yeah.
it's some killing or about to be killed.
without giving the book away, because I
Yeah.
want you all to go read it.
Yes.
And go grab it. But the book is a very good. I mean, the book first of all is a thriller and it's erotica.
Okay.
So it's a thriller and erotica, and it's based around my character I created named Mallory Bell. The young lady Mallory Bell. So just a quick synopsis of it. Miss Mallory Bell, she witnessed her mom and dad brutally murdered at the age of 5. So, you know, she goes through, so it's dealing with a lot of issues from, you know, just the psychology of her, you know, just revenge and anger, but she becomes very successful, very wealthy, and very psychotic through the whole train they ride.
Ooh.
So that's the ride.
She's
it takes
crazy
you on.
with money.
Crazy with.
Ooh, that's
Crazy with money.
dangerous.
So is the book is actually, and I tell people, they say like, wow, but the book is about a black female serial killer. That's what it's about. Yeah, it's a trilogy. So part 1, I mean, so Mallory, I'm taking you on this ride. It's about a black female serial killer, and it's, you know, it's a really good ride.
Wow. So how do you select people, you know, putting this whole project together? You have to have a great team. So how do you know and be able to decipher, okay, I'm going to let this person go, or I need to add this person to my team? Because a lot of people get caught up over, you know, years of service or loyalty, but at some point, if they're not growing with you, you kind of need to let them go, because it'll, you know, stop the whole process. Yes.
Well, it's funny you said that. For me, you know, my team started within, and then I'm real spiritual, and I let God order my steps. So he has dropped 2 people on my team that I admire. One of my young ladies, Stacy, that you've talked to, you know, Stacy, she's on my team, and I have another young lady, Kara, and she's on my team. Those 2 young ladies right now on my team does tremendous things with me and for me. And the team is going to grow, and we're going to get more people on the team and grow. But to answer that question, you're right. You know, you start off with some people just want to hang on. You got to cut dead weight. I mean, I'm sure you're an entrepreneur, so you absolutely know what that is. But fortunately, I have 2 wonderful people with me that support me, and I couldn't ask for a better team right now. So I'm just blessed with them. You know, I'm lucky. I'm the luckiest person in the room right now, because I know how hard it is to get good help.
Yes.
And to have someone that really believes in your project and right there for you it's amazing.
And then also, I want you to answer another, I guess, troubling question for some business owners or entrepreneurs. They want to motivate some of their team, but I think personally, you have to find those people that's already hardworking. Like, what are your thoughts about that?
What, motivating your team?
Yeah.
I think as a leader, because if you have a team and people look to you for leadership, I like motivation. There's a sense of motivation, but again, you can bring a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink, right?
Yes.
Bring them to well. So you need to find people that's self-motivated, and basically, I'm big on, you need to follow vision. So if you align your vision up, or if you all talk to your team and your team all understand that they're not in it for self-gratification, but they're in it to help you, then those are the people you want to be with. Because you got people that'll be around you and suck your energy, but they got their hidden agendas.
Yeah.
So you got to figure that out, you know. But the whole motivation piece, when you find people that's really self-sufficient, it's easy. Like, I have 2 women on my team that's self-sufficient. It's great. I mean, we work together. We have our production meetings, and it's just cool. It's been a blessing. So, you know, once we start adding more to that team, well, I'll tell you about that later. But right now, it's been great.
Right. So how did you, like, I guess, find yourself? Like, a lot of people, you know, we're moving, we're hustling, bustling, we're hustling and doing all these different things, but we're not being productive. How do you make yourself productive? Especially the stuff you don't want to do. Let me get on that that part. Yeah.
Well, it's funny. Well, you on point there. It's like you're in my head. And I'm gonna take it to my working out, right?
Yeah.
I'm back. I work out 4 days a week, and I fell off. The way was working out, start working out, and I got back working out. And I listened to these motivational tapes. And one of the things I'm just starting to do with this new hashtag, and it's the hashtag I'm gonna say is what was I saying? I said if you do what you hate to become great, and that is so true. Hard work, dedication. It's the people that run through the fire, run through the wall to get what they want. I have this saying that I tell my daughters. I have 3 daughters, right? 2 younger ones, but I tell them every single day I drive them to school. After I tell them I love them, that be the bridge. And what I mean by that is, on this side of the bridge, there's disparity, all of the disparity and the poorness and just the pain that you can muster, right? On the other side of the bridge is the wealth and the life that a lot of us aspire to go to.
Right.
If you're not born with a silver spoon in your mouth or have that money, then it's on us, it's on me. I take that on to be that bridge.
Yes.
So every day we must do stuff to build that bridge to a better life. So that's what it's all about. And when you're doing that, and when you find your passion, when you find something you like and you love to do, nothing will get you off and see it. And what I always like to tell people is, it's not about money, because once money stops, if you base it on money, once money stops, you're gonna stop, right?
Right, exactly.
So it's a passion. Find out what you love to do and just do it. And I'll do this for free, so I know if money comes, there's only a plus. What I do, I love. I love helping people, and I love doing this, so it's a great thing.
So how did you know, like, it was your passion? Like, a lot of people, they may grow, like, to their 40s or 30s or 50s, and they still haven't found their passion. Like, what do you have to say to those people?
Keep looking, because I'm a true believer that God puts that in everyone. Everyone, give you another analogy. I'm full of analogies, right? But everyone, I say, everyone is born. They have a plot of land, right?
Yes.
Father's analogy. Everyone, God gives a plot of land, and He gives you, and that's your opportunity, and He gives you a bag of seeds, which is your talents. Now, each one of us plants our seeds to see our fruit harvest, right?
Yes.
But sometimes so many of us plant those seeds, turn the dirt, water it, and no fruit harvest, and we look to the left and the right, and we see other people fruit harvesting, like the Microsofts and all these people who got a garden of fruit. And guess what we do? We leave our dream and go over here and work for them, and then get upset because we're not getting the fruit that we think we're worth. When in actuality, all you need to do is stay in your garden and just work and keep on working and work and turn that soil, and eventually your fruit will harvest. And that's your passion. That's what you just find your passion. Every person born have a talent. Well, I don't care if it's cooking, sewing, whatever, production, singing. So and I think the easiest way to find your passion is, as I say, do something that you enjoy doing for free.
Yes.
And I think that's how I found. I mean, I say, okay, we all can chase money. I've done it. I hate it. Chase money, get jobs for 6 figures, and then be in it for a year or two. Like, I hate this. I don't like this life. So that's not my passion. My passion was what I like to do, and I don't care if it ain't making me no money now, but I enjoy it. That's how I found my passion.
I see that you're married. Was it hard to get your spouse on board? I know a lot of times when, some people leap out on faith, they start projects. Like, is it hard? And what do you have to say to those people out there that may not have their spouse on board with their visions or whatnot?
Well, for those who don't, first part of the question is no. It's not hard because my wife is very supportive.
That's great.
She was very supportive of everything I do. So that was easy. Secondly, for those who don't support, again, even though you're married, remember I told you, you still have your plot of land. That's your dream.
That's true.
So though
right.
That's unfortunately so many people be in relationships, and women and men, and don't follow their dream because the other person is pulling them down or have self-doubt. You cannot let no one talk you off your passion. I don't care if you're in love, you're married, if somebody say don't do it, if you really feel wholeheartedly about it, no disrespect to your spouse or mate, you have to do it. It's your dream, it's your life. And eventually, I tell you this, if you're doing something that another person think you shouldn't do, and you run through the fire and you starting to show success, guess what it does for them? It changes their mind.
Yeah. Especially when the money start rolling.
Oh, you change, without a doubt, you change their mind.
Right, real quick.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So how did you get through, some of your darkest days?
God, as always, lean on God, because I went through a very, very dark period, like we all go through. And I'm learning that one thing about success, and nobody goes through without failure. It's a test without the testimony, so,
yes.
So you got to go through it. I went through a period where I actually was working at a job, 6-figure job, and went to work on a Friday at 9 o'clock, and at 9:30, unbeknownst to me, I was out of a job. $100,000 snatched out of my household like this. So it happened so crazy, and I didn't understand it, what I was going through. But one thing I don't do, and I always pride myself to this, I never, ever, ever ask God why, because I don't ask God why when things are going good in my life. So I think it's hypocritical to ask God why when it's bad. I just know I need to sit still and listen and understand that. So it was a period. I went maybe almost 2 years without working. So it was really tough, So all, that went trying, not that I sat back with my feet up. I was literally trying to find a job. But God had me there for a minute until I sat still and listened. And then that's when things start changing. I had to sit still and say, okay, God, I know you got me here for a reason. It's something I'm not seeing. And I sat still, listened, and then things changed around for me. Things started to pick up, and thus was born my company, Empower Group. Thus was born this. Thus was born my 501c, the Delberta Foundation I have to feed the homeless. So those things came when I sat still, and it was all my passions. So.
Wow, okay. Well, let's talk about the community. I didn't know you had a foundation, so can you talk about that?
Sure. I have a foundation called the Delberta Foundation, and what that is, my grandmother name was Roberta. My mother name,
I was just about to say, that sounds like somebody's grandmother name.
It is. My grandmother's name was Roberta, and my mother's name was Dolores, and both of them they raised me. We didn't have a father figure in my life, but they raised me, and it was, they were the best duo imaginable for me, right? So loved them dearly. They taught me, and one thing about both philosophies to me was, judge people, for people, treat people. Everybody got good in them. You know what I'm saying? With all the evil we got going in the world, there's good in everybody. So, and give back, no matter what you do. So when they passed away, my mom just passed in December 2016. My grandmother passed in 95. So I came up with, because I used to do this thing called feed a friend. On Fridays, something I was doing, when I lost my job, and I didn't have that much money, I may have $30, $40 in my pocket. I'll go to McDonald's, buy 20, 30 cheeseburgers and a case of water, and I go to the homeless shelter and just give it to them. I just did it, just something I just felt like doing. Okay. It was actually more therapeutic for me than it was for them. But one thing that I loved about it was every single last one of those guys said to me, man, God bless you. God, and it just touched me so deeply that I enjoyed doing it. So it just grew. I just go out on Fridays after work, feed people. And I put it on Facebook, and it kind of like took off. They were like, oh man, Keith, I want to help you. And I just did it just to say, hey man, this is something cool that hopefully inspiring other people to do. But a lot of people got into it. So then that's how the 501c was born, was birthed. And then I say, you know what? The way I am is 100% because of my grandmother and mother. So I created the Delberta, which is the first initials of my mom's name and the last part of my grandmother's name. Cool. And the slogan is blessed people, bless people.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
okay.
So that's what we do.
So do you guys do stuff just like on holidays, or was it like throughout the year? If somebody wanted to become part of it?
Right, absolutely. Well, right now, what I'm doing is I just opened the foundation. I got stuff going. I kind of tabled it for a minute because I want to run it all in conjunction with releasing my book. Because what I'm going to do is part of the proceeds that on my book, I'm going to send off to the Delberta Foundation so we can help feed some homeless. And then I plan to do a lot with it. I want to feed, right now, again, I need more people, volunteers to come in. I have a lot of people say they want to help, but once I launch it off, I want to definitely go out feed the homeless and feed. So, because it's for homeless and seniors. Okay. That's what it's starting off as, to help the seniors and feed the homeless.
Okay. Is there anything in your life, that you would have done, especially like in your 20s? A lot of people goof off and they go to happy hour. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like happy hours too, but I think it should be a balance. And they think, you growing up, they say, you're gonna be 20, then it's 21, and then you're 30, and then 40, like those different skips. Is there anything that you would have done over, or what would you advise like young people to do now, since we have a lot of time on our hands?
And it's so, man, look, my grandmother used to tell me, boy, if you don't, because time waits for no one. And when you're young, you think you know everything, right?
That's true.
So had I listened to her, knowing what I know now, and I know so many people say that, knowing what I know now, I would have did this different. Absolutely, yes. So for the young people out here now, even like I talk to my kids, take advantage of, run hard now. See, I didn't really have anyone in my ear then kind of telling me to run hard, to position yourself, to do it now. So when I look at the cats like Dan Snyder, right? Even though I'm not a Redskin fan, but Stan Snyder, right? And young cats, you'd be like, God, how did they get so young and have so much capital at a young age, but I know a lot because, it can be the family, somebody built that bridge for them, but also you got some young cats who come up who just focus. When you see young cats come up right out of high school and they know what they want to do and they stay focused through their 20s and 30s, by the time they get in their late 30s, 40s, they rich,
yeah.
they set.
Yeah.
So where most of us are trying to chase that in our 40s because we partied and played and did whatever them years, they were more focused. So if we can kind of turn that around and let the young cats know, do it now. All that's going to be there.
Yeah.
God willing, all that fun going to be there, but it's hard to paint that picture to a kid. It's hard to paint that picture to somebody that think they know it all and don't want to hear. It just so they got to really, they got to respect someone. That's why it's very good to have mentors. So if you got a mentor, I didn't have a mentor, but if you had a mentor when you were younger, somebody that already been down that path that can retort this to you, it's so important, because if you're just out there young on your own, you think you know it all.
Yeah.
That's why so many of us fall in pit holes. You know?
So have you thought about internships? Have any young kids say, you know what, you're doing amazing things, can I be an intern? And what is it that you look for? Because I know a lot of people may come up to you, and I think how do they stand out to show you that they're serious, if they want to work with you?
Well, if someone come up to me and ask me that, I haven't ventured that yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah.
I'll have that conversation with them, and I think I'm a great people reader. So when I talk to them, and I know that I talk to them and I hear that they focus and they want to try to do something, I actually welcome it, because that's what I wanted at the young kid. I screamed out for it all the time, but this never came to fruition. But I would have loved for someone to take me under their wing, and kind of order my steps, or at least say, hey, don't go there, don't go there. I kind of had to touch the fire and saw that it burnt.
Yeah.
Then, okay, I don't want to do that no more.
Right.
So,
We all do.
but I would love to get, take a young kid and mentor them and show them, like, hey, this is what success is. This is what I had to do. And you don't have to take this longer route or my route, but seeing if you cut some of the stuff out, that you can shorten your route to success.
Okay. Have you seen the movie The Bucket List with Morgan Freeman?
I
think Jack Nicholson.
I haven't.
It's an amazing. I thought it would
I
be
know of
cheesy,
it.
but it
Right.
was
Was it
an
good?
amazing. I think I
Okay.
saw it on Lifetime.
Okay.
Us women keep love Lifetime,
Right,
right? I'm
right.
like, ooh, this looked like a Lifetime movie.
Right.
But they basically have a bucket list. Do you have one? And what are the top 5 things that's on yours?
Oh, Lord. Oh, man. I do have one, too. I don't have a bucket list. I have a dream list, a vision board.
Yes.
So one is, of course, to finish my book, that I dedicate to my mom. 2, to make this into a movie. 3, to give back, to grow my foundation so I can help people across the world. I want to help millions of people, many as God can allow me to help. I want to do that. That's one of the things I definitely want to do. Give back is so important to me that it's just unbelievable. I heard Oprah say, and I'll go back to that, but I heard Oprah say before that, having all the money in the world and not sharing it is a miserable place to be. And of course, when you broke, you're like, oh yeah, what are you talking about? I just want all the money. I want me. But it's just, and I think it's just something in you, because everybody's not built that way. But I know I'm thankful that God made me that way. Like, I love to give back and help. I love helping people. I think I live vicariously through that, because I've truly been down before, and I understand that everybody don't need a handout. Some people just need a hand up. So if you got that in you to help, to me, that's better than anything. That's why one of the people I love to death now is Ellen. You ever watch Ellen's show?
Love
Oh my
Ellen.
God,
Yeah,
I love
she's
Ellen.
amazing.
I can just watch her time and time. I love Ellen, right? Because I just love that spirit of what she does, and there's many other ones that do that. But I love Ellen because it's just, when you can take someone, you don't know the impact you have on someone when someone just, just a hello or a hug or anything can change a person's life, and and just the gifts that she just keep on giving. It's helping where. When you have people that's successful, right, and they're in a whole nother world, of course, right? They don't think on the same level. When it is what it is. They're not thinking as we as people down here think. So let me just bring it home. I was interviewing, doing one of my business. I was talking to a senior home, right? And one of the ladies told me, hey, sir, I only have, my money is all allocated to my bills. If I'm off by $1, I may not eat in that month. And it hit me so hard, and I'm like, wow, really? And I'm thinking, like, 4 quarters I got in the car, I got change everywhere. You're not thinking about it. So it's amazing how we take for granted what would mean the world to other people.
That's true.
To someone else. So I really live in that. Like, I don't take it for granted, things that I get, things that God bless me with, and I want to share everything that I accomplish,
Okay. So what future collaborations do you have in mind?
For my book or just period?
For your book or just period?
Oh, well, I mean, I have a lot of things I want to do. One, I want to do, the first thing I really want to do is really get this book out, and because I think it's going to be, I mean, it's a really good read. It's a fictional, no truth to it. It's just all in my crazy head, but it's a, it's a fictional book. I think it's a really good read. And then wherever it go from there, I mean, of course, I would like to bring it to the big screen. I would like to work with, tons of people. My idol, one of my idols, or many, but my idol is Jay-Z. I love his business, smart, Puffy, the cats like that. And I definitely want to meet Oprah. These people on my bucket list that I want to meet, I want to meet Ellen. I'm thinking about taking a trip to L.A. to see if I can get tickets to the show,
Right.
But I don't think I ever, I know it's funny, I know it is, but I'm trying, when I watch the show, is there any men in the audience? I guess it is, not all women, yeah.
I think it's some men.
Okay.
I think they're sprinkled in
right.
there.
You're sprinkling it around. But I want to be one of those sprinkles
Yeah.
on the show. But yeah, there's certain people that I would like to meet and just talk to. It's so many people that I think do great things out here, and I would just like to meet them and talk to them, and just, I'm inspired to do that.
Okay. Well, tell people, in a few short words why they need to get your book, and of course, talk about your radio show. I know you've been dropping jewels this whole time, so they can get to know you better and connect with you as well.
Okay. Well, the book piece, I think you should get it, one, because it's a really good read. If you like, if you like fictional books, if you're into erotica and thrillers, this is a really good ride. Mallory Bell takes you on a good ride, exciting ride, and it's something that, and I would absolutely love for you to support it. I think please pick it up when it come out.
Okay, your radio show?
The radio show. I have a radio show. It airs every Thursday on WBGR Entertainment Network, and it's called In the Lab with author Keith Childs and friends, where business and fashion meet entertainment. So we have, I love that show. We have people coming on. The show actually started, again, from my book. It was a backdrop of the book, and as I got into it, I started thinking, I know so many people that's doing my love, fashion, business, entertainment. Well, let me open it up and just not make it about me, because there's a lot of people that need voices. People need to know, you know. Like yourself, you have a wonderful new clothesline coming out, and I definitely would love to have you on the show if that's possible. But those are the things I like people to, because people tune into you. Like we were just talking about, just a whole support thing.
Yeah.
I have 5,000 people on my Facebook page and 3,000, 4,000 on, and all those people watch. So even if they don't like it, they're seeing it.
Yes.
So that's more important.
Yes,
People watch it. Exactly.
right.
We want the people to watch it. Mhm.
Yes. So can you tell the world where they can find and connect with you at?
Absolutely. You can follow me on all social media at author Keith Childs. Author Keith Childs, all my handles on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, author Keith Childs.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. I always say it's the one thing you can never get back, so I appreciate you hanging out with us on the weekend.
I appreciate you
he's
having
definitely
me.
a true hustler. I see nothing
Appreciate
but
it.
great things for you, and I hope that God continues to bless you and your family and all your endeavors. So
Appreciate that.
thank you guys. Definitely check him out.